dun 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 dun. Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Imran, Web Squadron. We are now live. I'm just going a little bit early. Again, good day, progressing really well. The super course on just touching base with a few people as well. Things are going pretty well. So I thought, hey, might as well go live. It's very cold. Sometimes when I go live, because I'm talking more, I feel like I warm up a lot better. Hey, Maddie, how are you? So I feel like I warm up a lot better. So, yeah, because it is quite cold. I have to say, it is actually very, very cold today. You can feel the breeze, okay? I hope you're all okay. And how are you doing, Maddie? Hope you're all having a good week. I mean, I'm feeling pretty happy at the moment. I'm feeling like a little bit. Let me just write in something here. Uranus equals close. Basically, the super course. I redid my plan outline for items. Still to be done. And we are way ahead of target. Some of the stuff that I actually wasn't going to touch until towards the end of next week, I will now be able to do, I think, on tomorrow and Thursday. So I'm like over a week ahead of target. And now I'm starting to feel a little bit quietly confident that I might be able to release the course on April the 3rd or April the 10th. April the 10th, most likely now, feels like I might, well, basically 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Hey, Nazmul, how you doing? Bioinformatica, Imran, how are you? Yeah, you know what, Imran, sometimes I like to go a bit early. If I'm, if the mood is right, why not? What that then means is you get me for a little bit longer. So rather than getting me just for 1 hour, you now get me for just a little bit longer, like an hour and a half. Hey, Big Kahuna, how are you doing? I got do you know what? Okay, this is going to make you laugh, okay. So I got contacted, as I do nearly every day, okay, by a company based in India. Hey, Devin, how are you? Got contacted by a company from India called Unacademy. And they're they're one of their directors. And I checked them out because they gave me a LinkedIn link and I checked them out just to see who they are. And what they wanted was for me to create a course. And I said, okay, fine. But what's in it for me? What's in it for me and what's in it for you? And here's what they said. They say you create a course, you put it on their platform, Unacademy from India. And the reason I'm saying India, there is a reason I'm saying this. Because the way they react to me seems to be a very common pattern with how they always react. There's always what reaction you're going to get. So what they want you to do is create a course, you put it on their platform. Anyone that buys it, they get 10% of whatever you make for your course. So I said to them, right, so number one, you're going to get 10% just to let me put a course that I create on your platform. Number two, exactly, Michael, thank you for letting me know. And I went and posted that in the Web Squadron group. Uranus was discovered on the 13th of March, 1781. You know what's really funny? I was born in 1978, and look at that, 78 sits inside of 1781. Take away the ones, and you get 78. It's a sign. Anyway, back to this Unacademy company. So number one, I said to them, you're going to take 10%, and all you do is give me a platform to put a course, which you're asking me to create. Number two, I haven't even, you're asking me to create a course, but you have no idea about what course you want me to do, because I asked them. Number three, you're asking me to spend time and effort creating a course, right, for nothing. Now, you might look at this and go, but isn't that the same with your super course? And I could argue and go, well, yay or nay. The difference between the super course, though, even though there is no pump priming of income, is that we are doing it on good faith that people will go for it as well. But it's on our platform, so there's no overhead per se, other than what we normally pay out of domain hosting and all of that. But when you create a course and you stick it on someone else's platform, because they are actually asking you to do it, they try and make out it's for your benefit. That's bull, okay? That's bull. It's actually for their benefit. They're reaching out to you because they know that, if he creates a course, we might get some sales, even if we only get 100 people buy it. But 100 times whatever, 10% of the course value, we're going to make an income. And what have they done to deserve that income? Nothing. They don't do any advertising other than the odd little bit of social media, whatever. They just put your course onto their platform, which is filled with loads of other courses. So I was very frank and upfront. You're going to ask me to spend like a week or whatever formulating ideas, creating a course, recording videos, writing content, be on hand to answer questions that might pop up and all of that, right? But Imran, they're not really doing marketing though. They're not really doing marketing because I did check them out. Imran. Because they told me who they are. So I went and had a look at what they do. They do practically nothing. So I said to them, unless you compensate me for my time, I'm not going to create anything. Okay? Which is why I don't really do affiliate commissions. Yes, I have an affiliate link for Elementor. I think I got it for Bertha and Rank Math and SiteGround. They're the only ones I have on there because I actively use them a lot or whatever's. But I'm not going to do it for anyone else because there is no guarantee. And if you put this into if I try and clarify this a little bit, okay. Let's just say I spent, let's just say I spent 20 hours, and I'm going to write this down here so I don't get the mathematics wrong. Let's say 20 hours is rubbish. That's not true because it would be much more than that. Let's say I spent a total of 70 hours creating the course. Formulate the idea, create the content or think of the content, lay it out, do the videos, do the editing, put everything together. Let's just say that came to 70 hours, right? I charge £120 per hour. £120 per hour consultation fee, right? 70 hours equals over £8,000, £8,400, right? It's going to take a very long time for me to get back £8,400 when you look at the courses they have and how many sales they currently get, because it shows. So what's the benefit for me? What's the benefit for me? But that's the thing, boy, Imran. I think so for instance, right, if you are struggling to get clients or you are struggling to make an income in other areas, I can see how, hey Pete, I can see how don't forget to hit like, by the way, I can see how with some companies, they might, some people might be okay with that. So you get approached by a company, they want you to create a course, but they're going to pay you they're going to take a 10% commission, but there's no advance payment. So let me give you the analogy for why I don't like this model, okay? Let me give you the analogy why I don't like this model, okay? You have two types of writers. You have published authors with a publisher, and you have self-published. So Kindle, all of that, ebooks, all of that stuff, right? The self-published one might become successful. They might. But it's going to take a heck of a lot of effort. Something has to go viral. Something has to happen to make people want to buy the book the ebook, whatever off them for them to go viral. And this is fact, okay, the way self-publishing works. Some go major, some don't. Some struggle, really struggle, okay? And they invest a lot of time in marketing, okay? So that's your self-publisher route. The self-published route, sorry, just to clarify, there is no upfront payment. It's the self-publisher is the one paying for the marketing, for the advertising, bits and bobs. Everything they do is from the get-go, but there's no upfront payment. The published author, right, has an upfront payment. So they might be paid $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. They will be paid something upfront before they've even created the cover or their title or the chapter. They are paid upfront. They have a deadline. They have to create the book by a certain deadline. Then, on top of their upfront payment, they get some royalty payment. That's how it works with a published author, okay? That is how it is. So that published author, even if no one buys the book, it ain't going to be good for a future deal. But let's say no one buys the book, they still get an upfront payment, right? They're going to be marketing, they'll be advertising, but they get paid upfront. Now, here's how I value my time. Hi, Manaf. Here's how I value my time. If someone approaches me and says to me, can you build a website? Are you going to build that website for free on the promise that if that company business now makes profit, they're going to pay you? So here's where I'm getting at. Hey, Nick, how are you? Great to see you here. Been a while, Nick. Great to have you back. So here's why I am not a fan of companies that approach me and say, can you do a course for us? There's no upfront payment, but we'll pay you. You will make 90% of what you sell. I don't like that. And here's why. And this is what I'm throwing back out to you. Published authors always do better than a self-published because there's no upfront payment. Well, sorry, they do get upfront payment. If someone said to you, how many of you right now, if you were asked by a company to build a website and you said to them it's $1,000, $2,000 or anything like that, and the client says to you, and I would love to see your comments on this, okay? The client says to you, we're not going to pay you $2,000. You're not going to get a deposit. You're going to get nothing. You're going to build the website for us. Nazmul, ask your question. Hey, Artif, how many of you would build a website for free, completely for free? Happy Uranus Day was yesterday, Artif. It was yesterday. How many of you would build a website for free on the promise that you will be paid 5% of the profit the company makes? Now, if the company was massive, if the company was huge, I still wouldn't take that deal. I would still want payment in advance, because if the company is that good, if the company is that profitable and they think they can deliver in spades, why are they not paying you in advance? Why are they... Hey, thank you very much, Michael. Why are they not paying you in advance? By the way, this code that I'm giving you here is only for the people on the live chat, okay? If you're not on the live chat, you'll never know about that code. I don't even share it in the Web Squadron Facebook group. I don't share it basically anywhere. So anyone who's on live or watching the replay, you get that code, you're in. So that's the reason why I do not like it when anyone contacts me and says, can you create videos for us? Can you create a course? Can you do something with zero payment, but you will make money when you sell courses, right? Why would you do that? And the way I spin it back at you is, even if a client said to me, we make £1 million a month and you'll get 5% of that, you'd be like, whoa, that's like what, £50,000 a month? Wow. I would then turn around and say, yeah, but if you're that assured of that, okay, for the first month, okay, pay me only 1%, and then after that it's 5%. But before we build, I want my payment. Okay? If they are that certain of it, I want to be paid for building the website. After that, you don't have to pay me any commission on month 1, and we'll wait till month 2. There you go. I've now brokered a deal with you. If you are that certain of profit, pay me in advance. And that's what I say to all these companies, and they hate it when I do this to them. Hey Sergio, how you doing, by the way? Exactly, Nick. You know, and this is where I get a lot of people that turn around and go, yeah, but if you build a course, the company will pay you and they'll do marketing. Yeah, but if they are that confident, hey Charlie, if the company are that confident that they're going to make profit, why are they holding out on paying you in advance? All right, remember that. Next time anyone throws you a deal, you do the work for free. You know, you do the work. It's like a restaurant employing a chef, and they say to the chef, right, we're not going to pay you, right? But if people come in and buy a meal, then we're going to pay you. The chef ain't going to go in. I mean, you could argue it's like taxi drivers. They don't really get paid unless they make something, but that's different. That's a different model. Yeah, exactly. Mike, I mean, you've said, right, you have found that deals for an exchange of interest never work. Is that because you've actually tried it out? And I'd love to know if anyone here has gone down that road and it actually worked for you or didn't work for you. Did you take the risk? 0 payment and then you got a cut. Now, if you got paid and you got a cut, that's different. That's different because you got paid initially. So anyone not got paid initially and they took a cut of the profit afterwards, did you do well or not? I'd love to hear the stories. Hey, Linda, how are you? Great to have you here. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing? Hey, Sinan. Well, that's the thing, Pete, isn't it? So here's the problem with like that kind of model. When your course doesn't sell, they will then say, yeah, but you need to do more advertising. You need to do more marketing. And in fact, what they want is for you to market their platform. If your course sits on like a platform like unacademy.com, that's what they're called, you are advertising their platform. So they benefit from you advertising their platform. So it's a con. It's a massive, massive con. Hey, Sergio, don't worry, right, okay? When you miss the live, you're not missing anything groundbreaking, okay? You're just missing me often talking rubbish. No, Sin. Well, to be honest, Sinan, it's called an academy, but it's like Udemy as well. So Andrew used to make trade deals with restaurants for my advertising line. I had virtually unlimited space, so I wouldn't pay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can work out for you. So I used to eat at a restaurant in town. I mean, look, if it works out for you, Andrew, it can work to your benefit. Nazmul asked a question. You're starting a web design agency, but how can we do marketing for getting clients? Nazmul, you might want to get in on that. You might want to get in that. So let me try and help. Let me try and help Nazmul out here a little bit, and then I'll read some of the comments. Because Imran, you've just put one. When you search for anything, and by the way, please, all of you, can you give your opinion on what I'm about to say? When you search for something, Nazmul, on Google, right, and you can see the word ad, do you go to the advert or do you scroll until you get to a non-advert ranked item? What do you go for? So if you search for whatever, literally the word whatever, and it says advert, do you click on the advert? When it comes to web design agency, how many sponsored adverts do you see on Google and Facebook for website build? How many? How many do you click? How many do you take an interest in? What is going to be so different and special about what you do? Hey, Amro, how you doing? What is going to be so special, Nazmul, about what you do in terms of the way you advertise? What's going to be special? Because unless there's something really, really special, you're throwing money down the drain. Now, you could do adverts and get a client, and it works out for you. You could do that, and it works. So you're okay. But I would say you've got to be careful and don't blow your budget. If you're going to do it, try and do it when you know you've got expendable income. Look, I got about $20 here. Why not? Let's go for it. If we win, we win. If we lose, who cares? Right? You've got to be mindful. Don't go throwing money away at it. Simon goes for the non-advert. Imran goes for the non-advert. Amro goes for the non. Yeah, I always go for the non-advert because when I see an advert, I'm like, you're only there because you paid for it. So I don't know if you're reliable or if I can trust you enough. Yeah, Michael, Udemy, to be honest though, Udemy is good because I've used them. But Unacademy, this company that contacted me, they were full of false hope and promises. Right, Imran says they built a website for a company for free and you're still getting a 5% cut of the sales they're making last 2 years. So Imran, that 5% you're getting, is that a good income for you? You know, and I would say that sometimes it can work out for you. Obviously, it's been worth the risk. So you're saying that you're getting 5% of the sale. What is that? You know, is that a good income? So don't tell me, yeah, your earnings are okay. But if you were to just, I mean, okay. All right, Imran, let me break it down to you, right, okay? Because if you've done well out of this, I am really, really happy for you. But if you were to take the 5% you make each month, what is that as a percentage of what the cost of the website would have been? So let's pretend the website build was $1,000. That 5% that you're making, what is that as a percentage of what the website build would have been? So if you get 5%, like you get 5% in March, let me make this right. Let's say the website build was $100 and you're getting 5% per month. That means you've so far made 5% of the total bill. Does that make sense, Imran? So that 5% that you're going to get maybe in March, what is that as a percentage of the total website build? Nick, off topic. I'm having an issue on my mobile. The hero section is bouncing and shaking when pulling up towards the top. Yeah, okay, Nick. So it could be the sticky header. It could be have you got a scrolling effect? Have you got a scrolling effect on the section? So as you move up and down, you've maybe got a bit of a parallax effect going on. Have you got any scrolling animation applied? If so, that is most likely the issue. You know? Yeah, I mean, yeah, Michael does make a good point. I mean, if you're searching for something that's really, really niche, sometimes you have no choice but to click on the advert because there's not many results. But back to Imran, where you say you get 5%, which is really, really good for you. Entrance animation. There you go, Nick, right? So, can you deactivate the entrance animation? Can you deactivate the entrance animation? And I know you're going to go, oh, but I really want the entrance animation. Deactivate the entrance animation. If you do not now get the problem, now you have to make a decision, you or the client, over do you still want to keep it? Because sometimes you will get issues where you just can't get around the issue and you have to kind of now compromise, come to a deal or an agreement. Hey, Raja, how are you doing? How are things going on in your world, by the way? How's things with your clients? I mean, we're doing okay at the moment, by the way, everyone. We've got 4 websites incoming that we're going to be starting. 2 of them have been delayed in a funny way. They've been delayed like that, like a domino effect. But it has worked to my benefit because it means that last week and this week, I'm focusing on the course and I am feeling super hyped up and happy about the super course because I think, all right, don't quote me on this, I think we might be ready to release on April the 3rd. 3 weeks ahead of schedule. Beep, beep, beep. 3 weeks. So if you've already paid up, you get access from the 3rd of April. You'll get access from the 3rd of April. If you haven't bought it in advance, you won't get it on the 3rd of April. No, you will actually. Actually, you will. Yeah, everyone gets it 3rd of April. So we might be ahead 3 weeks of schedule, and that's why, even though these clients have slightly delayed for good reasons, all of them are good reasons, I don't mind because I've got stuff on. And there's I want to do a few big Elementor tutorial videos with building a website because I haven't done a really big one in a long time. But I can't do them until I get the super course done. Hey, Dave, how are you doing? Yes, like Michael says there, you could disable the animation. You could use @media if you can identify the script for it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, though, Nick, you know what? Sometimes, right, we do get carried away with entrance animations. And I honestly now... I don't like applying entrance animations unless the client is very specific that they want it. If I don't get that kind of green light that they really want it, I don't do it anymore because I'm not massively keen on. I just find them annoying when you're on a mobile and you go, nah, fly in, flip card, column does this. It gets a little bit like, ugh. And when you're late at night looking on a phone, I'll tell you now, on a desktop, it's nice to have interactive stuff. It's nice. But on a mobile, I do not care for an interactive stuff. I do not care. I just want to be able to scroll up and down, get to what I want to know, send a contact form, click and go elsewhere, and that is it. Desktop is different. Mobile, I just want simple, right? I just want to be, you just want to scroll up and down, get to what you want, and then move on. So Rajat is facing an issue with one of his clients' websites, WP Bakery. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, WP Bakery, mate, that is a bit of a problematic one. Sergio, how much time do you say for an e-commerce website? I can tell you now, I like to be done and dusted within 4 days, unless it's a very complex website. If it's a very complex website, I like to be done and dusted as soon as possible. I'm just going to get you guys all a link because I've got you here. I need to get you all a link, which I should have saved. Just bear with me a moment. I've got to get you all a link. Please, if you have not done this survey, can you please complete this survey? It won't take you more than a minute. It's going to take you 1 minute to complete, all right? Please complete the survey. It ends in 2.5 days. It ends up Friday afternoon. You got 2.5 days. Hey, Claudius, please hit the survey, okay? If you haven't done it already. The survey is massively important because it's about pricing. And I am going to benchmark the results, okay? So I'll take the raw values, but I'll also benchmark it because I really want to get an idea so I can share out to the world or to you all next Monday about prices based on referral methods for a basic website. Please do complete it if you've not done it already. And don't forget to hit like. Absolutely, Kahuna. I prefer content over animations as well. Hey, Nazmul. I've told you what it is. Look, it's here. There's the coupon code. Look, there's the coupon code. I'll say it again. All right? Make sure your mum and dad don't see you typing that. You might get in trouble. But that's the code you need to be popping in. Hey, Raja, I worked with a client. They had WP Bakery. And I said to them, what I've just had to do for you, I could have done in 5 minutes with Elementor. And I refuse to work with anyone that does anything like that. Visual Composer, Bakery, no, not for me. Imran, the contract is for 5 years and I'm getting $110 to $200 for an average every month. The project would take $3,000 to complete. But Imran, let me now question something for you, right? Do you also maintain the website, right? So here's the thing you might want to think about, Imran, okay? Do you also maintain the website? So if they're paying you 5% commission, what would be the total? So here's what you got to think now, right? What would be, so let me do the mathematics for you, okay? So you're saying 110 to 250, let's call it 150, right? Times 60. That equals $9,000, which is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, that is pretty good. But what would the cost have been over 5 years for the initial build, which was $3,000, plus the monthly maintenance cost? Remember that, okay? And everything else that you've done for them, that where there would have been an extra cost. So over 5 years, what do you think would have been your total cost? Huh? What's this? Tax oh no, it's taxes. Sorry, it's just saying my tax notification has been sent. That's fine. So if you take your 5 years, you would have had $3,000 here, and you got 60 months of maintenance. What would you have been paid for 60 months worth of maintenance? And what about the extra stuff you might have done during that 5 years? Because I bet you've done extra stuff with them. So would there have been extra charges? So work that out. Work that out, and then you'll see, is it still value for money? Look at that, okay? Look at that, because even though, right, like, because if you take $150, right, as an average, right, it would take, okay, I'm working it out, it takes 20 months before you get your website build back. So $3,000 on an average of 150, that's 20 months before you get back your value. Right? The other 40 months is then the profit extra. But what would have been the total cost for 60 months worth of maintenance plus extra stuff you've done for them? Work that out. And then see, is it value for money? Is it value? I'm currently stressing on a client's website. Mate, Sergio, I can tell you now, yeah, right, I don't go anywhere near bakery. I would try and convince the client to move from bakery to Elementor or bricks. Hey, Chima, I do remember that real estate website. You finished it today. 90% core out the gate, no optimization or the like. Hey, nice one. Well done. I mean, when you say no optimization, like Perf matters, like what? No optimization. Like literally zilch. What's this with Elementor or bricks? So you built with Elementor. When you say no optimization, what? You mean none? Like not even the ones that I recommend? Because that is seriously good if you've done that. Like not even fast press or any of the code snippets. Nothing like that. The thing is, though, Sergio, right, what you've now got to look at is, do you call it quits? So here's my advice, right? Here's my advice. If you are, okay, can you answer these questions? Are you having a sleepless night? Are you stressing, basically sleepless night? Are you hating the job? Because if you are, I would call it quits and walk away. Take care, Nick. Take care of yourself. See you soon. So, Imran, I don't know where you've gone, mate. So, if we take, so over 60 months, right? Okay, what would you have been paid per month for maintenance of their website? And on top of that, how much would you have charged for extra stuff? So let me give you an idea, right? Okay, you got a website, okay? They pay you for the build. Then you do monthly maintenance. They pay you. Then halfway through the year, they go, oh, I want to upgrade my website. That's not part of monthly maintenance. You now would have charged them extra to do major upgrades to the website. So do you think since you built the website until the end of 5 years, there will be no added extra cost on top of your monthly maintenance? Is that right? Because then what you're saying is if you use that 6, 4, So roughly what you're saying is, so you're saying that if I've done my maths right, divided by 60, you're saying your maintenance is $66, which is probably not too far off maybe. Because you are assuming that there's no extra build. So from the day you built it to the 60th month, there's nothing extra. Right, so $80 times 60. Right, I'm doing the mathematics here for you, right? So if you do 80 times 60, right, that equals 4,800 plus 3,000 equals 7,800. That means your profit is $1,200, right? Look, I'll show you here. So you're saying 80, right, multiplied by 60 months, because there's 60 months in 5 years, plus the 3,000, right, minus, say, roughly 9,000. When you do an average of 150 per month, that means your profit is 1,200. So that's the profit you make if they do no additional add-ons or upgrades to the website from when it's built. That's what you got to factor in. That's what you got to factor in, okay? But Imran, what do you think is going to happen in the next 3 years? I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to help you understand that what looks really, really good doesn't work out that way later on. Yeah? So that, remember that, okay? Remember what looks good when you work it out. Right, just sorry, checking the questions coming in. Any ticketing plugin recommendations? To be honest, Raja, it depends on what you want. It's, I mean, I would say it very much depends, Raja, on what you want, you know? To be honest, no, Nazmol, I don't like growing my beard, if I'm honest. I don't like growing it. That's the thing, though, Imran, yeah, I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to protect you in that what looks really, really good. Let's say next year, Imran, right, they now want you to do some major work. And they say to you, yeah, but don't worry, you're always getting 5%. So look how much you've been paid. It's all good. It's all good. But when you work it out, I'm working out that you might make 1,200, 1,500 after 60 months, which means if you do the mathematics right, okay, let me just show you here, right? Let's just say that's your overall major profit. In actual fact, it's only like an extra $25 a month. So, okay, so what you're saying is it's brought you more clients. There you go then. So in some way, it's worked out to your benefit. Hey Libra, how you doing? So back to Nazmol. I have to be really, really careful now what I say here. But I'll be very, very, very honest. But I have to be super, super, super careful what I say here. So please hit like before I say what I'm about to say. Okay. I am born a Muslim. My family are Muslim. But am I a Muslim? No. I do what I want, how I want, when I want, in whatever way I want. Okay? So I'll tell you now, I don't pray. I don't go to the mosque. I don't tell my son to pray. I don't tell him. I basically, if I want to have a drink, I'll have a drink. If I want to eat sausages or burgers from any store, I do. So I'm probably going to lose loads of subscribers now. But the main reason is because I just feel like I'm fine as I am. So there you go. I've put it out there now. This is now going to get me loads of criticisms, I bet. But that's just the way I roll. And I feel better for it. You know, I don't know. I don't know Pigstar. Let's go find them. Oops, did I say that? No. But I do. I feel better knowing that I am not Look, I live in the UK, right? Born and raised in the UK. I follow the law of the land, okay? I have morals, I have principles. I like to understand why and what I do. From a young age, when I feel restricted... Hey, Andrew! When I feel restricted... To be honest, Sergio, some people get very offended. Some people get very offended by that. Do you know what I mean? But I don't. I kind of... when you're growing up, you're like, oh, you can't eat this. You can't do that. You can't do there, go there. You can't talk to them. They can't be your friend. And you sort of go, get over yourself, right? Just get over yourself. So that is why I am very, welcoming to everyone out there. I have no care for name, background, religion, anything like that. As long as you're all good people, as long as you have a sense of integrity, you're not malicious, you're not doing it to hurt anyone. You're not hurting anyone. You are kind, you're considerate, you're thoughtful. You want to make a difference and help. Then you're my kind of people. You're my kind of people. Sun distributing. Yeah, I mean that's the way I am, That's the way I am. If someone ever says to me, you got to do X, I will then question it. And if anyone says to me, you got to do X because it's written in a book, or someone told them, and they heard it from someone, and they heard it from someone, and they heard it from someone. If you can't prove it to me, I don't want to know. And some people then go, yeah, but you can't prove the sun does X. You can't prove the dinosaur did that. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't influence my life right now. So but if someone says, oh, you can't prove that the T-Rex did X, Y, Z. I'm like, yeah, but I don't really care. Because it doesn't influence my life, what I do right now. Does whether the Velociraptor have a feather or not stop me going to the microwave? Hey, Chima, you're not spamming at all, by the way. This is all really good. It's the whole point we do the live chat. It's an opportunity for me to talk, to discuss. We can problem solve. We can look at your live site. We can investigate a problem, have a think, brainstorm. But it's also about everyone here helping each other out as well. And we got the Facebook Web Squadron group as well that I hope you're all part of and you are joining in and doing stuff there. So no, you're not spamming, mate, okay? But like I said, unless something you're telling me I can and can't do stops me going to the microwave or getting a Pepsi Max, I have no kind of care or consideration for it, really. T-Rex had a hard time playing the piano. Michael, you are... I'm not going to ask you for proof, Michael, because I'm pretty sure we can prove it without even having proof. But yeah, unless it impacts on your life or your family's life or your health, no, I don't. I don't care. I don't care. To be honest, there's flaws in every argument, and what you think is true might not be true. I'm talking about myself here as well, and what I disbelieve, I might be completely wrong. But what I say is, treat everyone that you meet and come into contact with in a great way. Until they do something that gets you irritated, or of something about them that irritates you, treat everyone with love. Okay, and there might be a bit of love back as well. Hey, nice Libra. I mean, look, we do... I'm normally live every day, Monday to Friday. I'll put the scheduled slots in for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But we have slightly different time zones when I drop in and out. But hey, keep an eye on our channel. And the live chats allow me to kind of not be like the professor as it is. I'm not just going, right, do this, do that. I can be a bit more of myself. And I think that's something that a lot of you that are regularly on here on the live chat get to see. Hey, Alima. Hey, John. How are you, John? How are you doing? What's the weather like for you, John, at the moment? It's been hailstorms here earlier. Yeah, Pixar's right. Treat everyone with love is right. Exactly, Dave. Love is the most important thing. Except my son's now come in here as well. What is it, Raheem?
I just came back from netball.
How was your netball?
Good, but I did have a nosebleed. A ball got thrown at my nose.
Okay, but did it hurt?
Kind of.
Really? Come here. Come here. How's your nose now?
Good. A bit better, so I'm going to go and put on an ice pack.
Okay, go on then. Go have fun, okay? With your ice pack.
I saw my den upstairs.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
You love it?
Did you do it?
No, I didn't. Mum did it. Are you going to eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's run off before he's finished his yeah. Shut the door, Raheem. Shut the door for me. Yep, shut the door, Raheem.
Wait.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about the curtain. Go on, try. You can't shut the door. Shut the door. Shall I? I'll shut the door. I'll shut. I'll be back in a minute. I'll do it, mate. Hey, I'm back. Took a bite of my peanut protein bar. So Raheem is behaving a little bit better because I'm spending more time with him in the evenings and the morning, talking to him more. It's just down here, Mike. It's just down here. There's the poster. I've taken it down because I'm having a little bit of a think about the layout. It was fine there, but I'm finding that it was a bit of a distraction behind me. So I'm having a bit of a think about whether I'm going to still have that up there or maybe put something else. But do let me know if you want the image back. Let me know if you're not so bothered. Just let me know, kind of thing. So Raheem, he's going to get tested in about 6 or 7 weeks. We think he's got ADHD. It's a bit of a worry, because I always want the best for him, as every parent does for their child. But I'm talking to him more in the morning and evenings after I do live chats and stuff, trying to get him to be more calmer and listening to him more. And he responds quite well to me at the moment, But yeah. And by the way, Andrew, I just saw your comment and I do agree with that as well. I do agree. Don't tell me what to think. I like to think for myself. Yes, Dave, you are right. Over 1,000 videos. I'm not entirely sure of the exact number, Dave, but it is over 1,000 videos. Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact number. I haven't gone and checked yet. Hi, Alima. Your name is Ibrahim. It's Turkish popular. Oh, okay. Okay, your name is Ibrahim. Oh, okay. Yep, got it. I would love to know how to do the notification bar to scroll to different info. Maddie, can you send me an email exactly what you mean there? So when you say the notification bar to scroll to different info, which notification bar are you referring to? Hey, video boy, how do you handle clients that buys a plugin and believes the plugin can do everything? Quite easily, video boy. I say to them, I didn't tell you to buy that. And if they say it does everything, I would then say, okay, you now have to pay for 2 hours of my time to investigate that plugin, unless you know the settings for it and you know what it does and you know how to use it. Right? Let me explain. Let me just say right now, let's say you had a builder doing building an extension for you. And then you go and buy them a special type of brick layer, a special type of machine that lays the bricks. And you go, here you go, this makes your life easy. They're not going to use it unless you pay them to train it to learn how to use it. So if anyone does that to me, and they have, I then go, okay, this is not a plugin I've used before. I cannot confirm if it will do everything you want. You bolt it. It's like I had a client who bought a theme and I said, I've never used a theme. I don't know if it's going to deliver everything you want. You think it will. I have to spend time learning how to use it and make sure it does what you want. And there might be extra effort to modify the CSS or the JavaScript or something to refine it. So I'll work with you on it, but I am not guaranteeing it will give you exactly what you want. Right? Ah, nice one, Michael. I mean, now that you've said that, I will put it back. Hold on, everyone. It's going back on. Is that straight? I have to angle it based on what you see on the camera because this is straight, okay, but it looks bent, so I have to angle it. There you go. Yeah, I think that's it. There we go. The poster's back on. Don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like already. Okay, it's quite important now. Did you notice how I kept looking back there? It looked a bit weird. So back to Video Boy. I did have a client once that bought a theme without checking with me. Then they were like, oh, but I spent $60 on it. And I was like, you didn't need that theme. Hello would have been enough. There is no guarantee that is going to deliver. You think it will deliver. Good on you. I will try and do the best with it. But if I have to spend time learning it or reaching out to the developers. I mean, look, if a client buys a plugin and you don't understand the setting, you're going to contact the developers. There'll be a bit of back and forth. Support forum. Why are you doing it for free? Because if you work in an office and you employ someone to work on a project and they spend a whole day with the IT department because the email's not working, they're still going to get paid for the day, even though they did no work. Because it's their time. They were there. Doesn't matter that the laptop didn't turn on or the password failed and they're with IT and they've got to wait for someone. IT say, we can't be with you for 3 days. If that person is still in your office for 3 days, you're still paying for 3 days, even if they're sat there just like twiddling their thumbs. And the same principle goes with that. So when you start a job, I advise the client of what we're going to use and if there's any costs. If the client then says to me, oh, but I've already purchased XYZ and I don't have experience with it, I will add something on. You now have to pay for me to understand that as well. But there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee. Just because you pay me to understand that plugin does not mean I will definitely be able to use it. That's the other thing. Hey, Mark, that's the other thing you've got to factor in. Even if the client pays you to understand how to use this fancy plugin, never ever guarantee that you will deliver. Because you might spend 2 hours going through all the settings. Doesn't mean you will actually deliver what they want because you never told them to buy that plugin or that theme. If you did, it's on you. If you didn't, it's on them. And they have to understand that. So back to Maddie, something about the notification bar, the one on top in the home page above the menu. Oh right, Maddie. Do you mean like a marquee, Maddie? Let me just make a note of that, Mark. Do you mean like a marquee? Maddie, can you just confirm that or just put it in an email to me? Is that what you're talking about? Hey Dave, how are you doing? Is there any discount from third world country? Yes, there is, Imran. I've just given you it. I mean, don't forget though, Imran. Don't forget, you've just told everyone here that you're making about $150 per month out of profit. And you're going to make about $1,500 profit. So here's the coupon code, right? There's the coupon code for the course. All right. And what I will say is this, okay? no one gave me a discount to get my MacBook. No one gave me a discount to get the house. No one gave me a discount to get my car. No one gave me a discount when I was at university, when I was very young. So what I would say is that discount you got there is the best discount you're going to get right now, because it's a pretty good one. It's basically, in fact, I don't even know what the mathematics of it is. Let me do the mathematics of it. It helps if I know what the mathematics of it is, right? So, basically, it's a 20% discount. 20% off, okay? So here we go. 20% off equals Uranus. And there's the course. Right, there's the course. Back to Tom. How are you, by the way? The art in your background looks weird without it. Oh, yeah, thank you. There you go. I've put it back up because it's been mentioned that people were missing it. So I've put it back up just to give that slightly more homely feel. Hey, video, do you know what? Yeah, if the client ain't going to listen, right, maybe you need to just walk away and say, look, I'm telling you now, it won't work. Or what you do is, video, you say, fine, I'm letting you know now. If you really want me to use it, I'll use it. But if it does not give you what you want, I still want to make sure I get paid for my time and all of that. But this is the difficult bit. What if the client refuses to pay and they try and force you to do it for them? That's not fair, right? Why would you want to do that? Hey, JMXHD. Yeah, it's a bit of a bug, I have to say. You get addicted to going live. It's really, really weird, but you get addicted into interacting with people and everyone like that. And exactly like Mark says, no one gave us a discount to learn anything in web design, you know. Hey, Linda, thank you. You like the poster as well. Yeah, and, I would say that if, if they've gone and bought the plugin and they really want you to use it, make sure that you still get paid for your time and effort rather than them saying, but you have not delivered. Because that's the crunch point, right? You have not delivered. So, well, you have delivered, but you can't fully complete the project to give them exactly what they want because they've decided to use something that you said ain't going to work for them. It's like someone buying a 4-seater car. So you get a car that's only got 4 seats, but they want to put 6 people in the car, or 5, right? You could get really small cars where it's only 4 seats, or even a convertible, right? You got a 2-seater car, but you want to get 4 people in the car. And you say, well, it ain't going to work. Oh, no, we can fit. We can fit somehow. And you go, but you can't fit. There's only 2 seats. Linda. Pixar, the image gives a specific mood and matches the lighting if you keep it bluish, purplish colours. Yeah, I mean, this is actually blue, right? But it looks more purple, and then this is purple. Can you see there's not much difference between the blue and the purple? Whereas if I go for this blue, it's a more of a lighter blue, which, I don't know, yeah, that's a decent colour as well. But that's quite bright now, you see. That's quite bright. Whereas that gives you more of a purpley tint, which is meant to be more soothing on the eye kind of thing. Yes, so we are slamming ahead with the super course. I might have it ready by April the 3rd. Way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. But at the moment it's going pretty well. There's a few gaps I need to address, and I've made a note of any gaps I've got to go through. But the bits that's going to be painful, though, is when I have to pull it all together, because you're obviously going to access it on our website once you've logged in. But the painful bit's going to be pulling it all together. Please don't forget the survey. If you have not already completed it, the survey is meant to be looking at the rough cost for a basic website based on your referrals. So did they come from Fiverr, sponsored, agency work, word of mouth, cold emailing, cold calling? Because quite frankly, if any of you are working with the Fiverr market, this is what you're getting paid. But if you were then contacting companies and getting employed or whatever, doing a job for them, you're probably going to get maybe double, triple, quadruple, quintuple more than what you were getting on Fiverr. So I want to get an idea based on your country. It might be that maybe if you're based in Easter Island, the bulk of your work is Fiverr, right? You're not going to get much word of mouth from the statues, right? Whereas if you're in the UK, maybe you hardly touch Fiverr and you're doing more cold calling, word of mouth referrals. So it's kind of good to kind of get an idea of different regions in the world, like Germany. What's the bulk of web designers in Germany? Of course, this is only going to be reflective of the people that submit. It's not generalistic for the world. It's only going to be those that actually complete it. Okay. So yeah, please do complete the survey. Yeah, so basically, right, yeah, this is this is a sparkling mineral water, but Pepsi Max is sugar-free. Pepsi Max, yes, Pepsi Max it'll have additives in. It's got aspartame in. It'll have other stuff in there. And I know it'll have something else which is sugary, but it's not sugar, but it is sugar-free. I mean, it's like, what, 0.1 calories, okay? All right, so as far as I'm concerned, it's a carb-free drink. 0 carbs, right? Which is why I like it, which is why it works well for me. Yeah, Upwork as well, Mike. Yeah, you are right. Upwork will give you a bit more. But sometimes the range of values you get, they're not too dissimilar. Right, so Sun Distributing. Here's my 2 questions for you, okay? Number 1, have you tried using Hello? Or do you have to use the Nev theme? Let's pretend you got to use the Nev theme. Number 2, your DOM is how many images and content you got. So have you got a lot? Number 3, are you using inner sections? If you've got a lot of inner sections, you're just adding on the DOM. The DOM is... Your section has DOM, your columns have DOM, your containers have DOM, your child container has DOM, your inner section has DOM. Image DOM, text DOM, button DOM, divider DOM, spacer DOM. DOM is everywhere. The busier the page, the more DOM you're going to have. Do you know something though, Linda? Raheem doesn't actually have, he doesn't like soda, he doesn't like fizzy drinks at the moment. He doesn't like it. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. Emma Hassan Siraj, how are you doing? Should I learn how to code a little? Well, it depends, Hassan. What kind of clients are you working with? So if a lot of your clients are 99% just build it with Elementor or bricks or whatever, you don't really need to do it. If you are trying to customize a little bit, you could just learn, watch videos, find something out on Google or ChatGPT and apply it. Do you need to go out there and do a special course on CSS and HTML? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say you don't have to. You can learn on the fly from YouTube, from ChatGPT, from videos, from tutorials. You can learn it. You know, how far are you going to go with being very particular about something? There are plugins, Site Origin CSS, free tool, Microthema, free tool that you can use to help you write the CSS. So if you feel like you're going down the fully coded, the headless route, or fully coded, or you want to be really funky and create some magical script, then you got to learn the code, right? You got to learn the code. You got to learn to interpret. You got to learn to get a little bit dirty. But it all depends what's your tool of choice. So my question back to you is, how do you like to build websites? Yeah, W3 Schools. That's where I still to this day still go to W3 Schools to get the basic syntax, to remind myself sometimes. Even to this day, every time I write an @media code, I have to remind myself, oh yeah, how do I do that? Oh yeah, W3 Schools @media. Yep, that's the way I need to write it. Even to this day, I still do that. Hey, welcome back, Artif. Did someone ask about the code? The code is Uranus at checkout. You are right. Check out coupon. Or even on the cart. Even on the cart is okay as well. Did someone ask the question or not? Okay, son. I mean, hello should work for you, okay, with Flexbox containers. It should work. Your DOM is 1017. It very much depends, though, on how much content you got there, son. Linda, you've got ADHD, and how... I mean, is that something you discovered early on in your life or later on? Do you have any coping mechanisms? And is there anything that triggers you? RT had to drop out for a call. More like you were ordering pizza. Cheers, Maddie. I will check your email out later on today. Okay, I will check it out. I think I understand what you're talking about, but I'll try and get a better understanding. Let me just quit my mail. Come on, quit. Don't you hate it when... All right, I'm going to try... Oh, there you go. Right, now it's opening. Yeah, there you go. Your emails come through. I will look at that later on. I have, since I went live, already got... I've already got 11 new emails come in. So I've got to respond. One of them's Maddie. 2 of them are definitely spam. I can tell you now here, actually. Spam. 3, sorry. But then there's other stuff I've got to look at. Hey, Red Hot. How are you doing? How are you doing? Is a totally self-coded website relaxing in the face of plugins? I don't know. You see, I don't know. You see, it's going to take you longer to build. You know, I like to get in and out with websites as efficiently as possible. I get a bit frustrated. In fact, I can tell you now. So if we go back in time about 19 years now, 19 years ago, someone in our workplace introduced a bit of technology called business objects. Business objects, not business objects. SSRS, right? So SQL Reporting Services, right? Or whatever it stood for, SSRS. I hated SSRS because everything was hard-coded practically. And it took so long to build a report. When we then switched to using Tableau, it was quicker, easier, slicker, efficient. So even, you know, going back a long time ago, SSRS, hated it. I really, really hated it. Because everything was very hard-coded and took a long time. And every time there was an issue, you had to redo stuff. I mean, just to drag something to be here, you had to start popping in the XY code. And it was like, you know, fine-tuned. It was fiddly. But once you moved on to using Tableau and other toolkits and stuff like that, it was so much more easier. Artif is trying to fix their nephew laptop. Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no. It's not upgradable to Windows 7. Uh-oh. Technology, hey. Technology. Sun Distributing. Can you explain what this means? Elements with an aria. I actually looked at this a while ago for someone. So have you gone on to Google and asked Google Sun Distributing or ChatGPT? In fact, let me just see what ChatGPT says. So let's just go to ChatGPT over here. Let's just do a refresh of the page. And let's see what ChatGPT says. Right, let's just see over here. Come on, open up. What does this mean? I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. I'm trying to remember what it is, though. I can't. Someone else might explain. I'm just checking the comments, though. So Sergio Lito, oh, I don't know. I'm not even going to try and explain what that's talking about up there, right? But you guys can read it. So Sergio Lito, are you having trouble with the WooCommerce archive pages? No, I'm not. You're not able to define the query correctly in order to show the. If I'm honest, Sergio, I've not had any problems. So it could be something very specific to your categories. I don't know. It could be something very specific to the category. I don't know. Imran, I haven't tried Elemental Flexbox. I would say it's worth the risk, but just be careful, okay? Be careful of like how detailed an how much stuff you put into it, but it is, I would say it's not a bad idea to take the risk because I've done it on a client's website and everything is fine. They've got a blog website, loop grid, loop carousel, all of that works fine. Lynn